Wait, what?
What's going on, y'all?
Hello, world.
Back for an episode of Mindful Ignorance.
Mindful Ignorance.
It's your boy Tony O.
Your boy Prince Seward.
And yeah, let's kick it off, bro.
Cheers, baby boy.
Cheers, man. Cheers. Here we go.
So, what's the poison today, man? What you sipping on?
Yeah, got me a little Maker's Mark. A little whiskey.
Mark.
Yeah, a little whiskey.
So, okay. We got the Maker's Mark today.
So we usually kick off our episode with a little mental health check. So just want to see how you doing, brother. How's your mental health doing?
Man, my mental health today it's power. It's power. Power to y'all at home is power, you know. I mean, powering through mental health for me, as you know, is very important, and I appreciate that. I feel like the world deserves to be heard and checked up on. So yeah, all right, man, I'm doing well. Today it's another well day, man. I'm blessed.
Right.
God's giving me life. And, you know, it's taking my time, man. But
So
how's your mental health, my brother?
yeah, man, I woke up in a good mood. Everything's good. Family's solid. Got out a little bit, a little workout in today. So yeah, man, it's beautiful. I mean, yeah, I feel like today's a really good day. So, you know, if you're having a good day, leave it in the comments. If you're not, you know, leave it in the comments. We're gonna hopefully have some phone lines open pretty soon. Have some people call in, check in with y'all. So yeah, we just started this endeavor and looking to move forward on I guess more of a professional basis. But you know, we really started this podcast because, you know, me and my brother, we've always had these deep conversations, and we go into so many lanes of life, and I feel like, you know, there are like-minded people like us that go through the same thing. So I'm hoping we can reach you guys and reach out to you and find out some things about you guys that we share common interests in. And you know, just as men living in a crazy world, in the state of the climate of the world in the United States and everything. So yeah, man.
I agree, and I feel like on that note, you know, it's for me personally as well. You know, it's important to do that check-in every day, and I think that there is so much that we have the capacity and the capability to do, but I just feel like, you know, we don't have that. Someone telling us, you know, you can do it. And I feel like when people say, you know, you can do this, or I've done this, you can do it, or, you know, people just say you can do it, I feel like, you know, it's something that's very motivating to a lot of people. You know, just a simple, hey, how are you, to somebody walking who passed you today. You know, like just something as simple as acknowledgement. You know.
Yeah.
So I respect that, and I think for me, you know, it's all about the messages getting to the people. So
yeah,
that's why I'm here. That's why he's here, and I feel like, you know, that's why a lot of us, even people who aren't even born yet, you know, people are gonna come out, and these people are ready. You know, we're ready to do what we can to make this a more prominent future for everybody. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, that's.
I feel you on that.
Taking one step at a time. So
yeah, man. Yeah. So recently I was reading this article. It was like talking about inner child work and just really kind of restructuring yourself, because we're pretty much vessels of what our parents have taught us or what our parents raised us to do. Mm-hmm. So for me lately, I think a lot of inner child work, I've been really trying to hone in on protecting my inner child, not putting myself in situations where, you know, I wouldn't want to put another version of myself. So I think when I was younger, I didn't really do that. So it was more like people pleasing or you know, just trying to be someone, you know, catering to other people rather than just catering to myself and being myself. But the article was really interesting. It was just pretty much explaining, you know, like your inner child is like very important, and it's almost like a representation. It's like another form of self, and it's something that you have to protect and really talk to sometimes, which is strange because I feel like men, and I don't want to generalize this because I feel like everyone's different, but I feel like as a man, we don't really have inner dialogue like that. Like I've talked to some female friends, my mother, and the amount of times that they've told me that they have inner dialogue with themselves kind of surprises me, because, you know, I think we do, as a man, I think I do talk to myself once in a while, but it's more of like, yeah, man, you got this, or yeah, bro, you got this, like, I'm about to kill this, or I'm about to go out here and
pep talk.
Yeah, it's more of a pep talk. It's not like putting yourself down or like or questioning things. Like, I don't know, I think their inner dialogue was so different, and it was so interesting to me because, you know, their inner dialogue is like actually life decisions or which route they want to go, whereas mine is like more of a pep talk or more logical, you know, like I don't think the inner voice, my inner voice is very emotional, I guess, but I am an emotional person, so I think my subconscious isn't as in the forefront, whereas like my emotions, like I wear them on my shoulders, so it's like in the forefront, not necessarily so much subconsciously. So I think my inner dialogue is just more of like, yeah, man, like it's like a pep talk. It's like a cheerleader almost, you know.
So I feel, you know, on that note, because to me, I feel that's critical. That's something that's critical for everyone to have any kind of awareness over. And I feel with you, I would love to ask you, as your, you know, that saying that we are our worst enemy. You know, I feel like, do you feel that your inner critic is like, can you allow yourself to come up with the goal that you feel that you're at this moment, like what your goal is and what your mind is telling you, you know, since you're doing that inner child work right now? Do you have a newly established goal now that you have embraced what an inner child is? So like, has your goal in your mind, like instead of like, for me, for example, I'd say, oh, here I go, I'm gonna participate in a softball game today or something, and I'm like, oh, don't miss this ball, you're gonna look stupid to everybody. Like, I would tell myself things, but then I'm also like, you got this, you can do this. So I feel like, do you now have new like a whole new avenue of which you speak to yourself as now? Like, do you have a new goal and motivation for yourself?
Yeah, I think about it's just like chasing things that you really love doing. Like, if it feels forced, I feel like in my 20s it was like, if nothing was like, it didn't matter. Like, if it was a forced situation, I would try to make it work. I try to bend myself or bend the situation to make it work. Whereas now that I'm older, it's more of like, no. Like, you just say no. Like, it's so easy to say no now, where it's like, when I was younger, I was just trying to force a round square peg into a round hole. It's like, you shouldn't have to do that. It should be formless. It should be seamless. It should flow. It shouldn't be like, if there's a rock, you should be able to flow around the rock. You don't want to just keep trying to go into the rock. And I especially think with dating too is very similar. I think you have to go with the flow and be more patient, because I feel like sometimes as men, we are so quick. Like, I was talking to a friend earlier about this, and I was telling her, like, you know, women can hold out for so long. Like, men, after we meet a girl or we meet someone like new, it's like, man, I want to text her every day. I want to text her right now. I want to text her. Women could like hold off for like a month or like 2 weeks before they text you, and it's like damn, like, you know, like, you've been in a situation where you're like, man, I want to text her right now, but should I text her? I can't, like. So I think our patience isn't as, like, women are the most patient beings on this planet. Like, I feel like they're so just patient to where men, I also think we kind of fall in love pretty quick. Like, I think we fall in love fast, and it's like we have these ideas in our head rather than just kind of like sitting back. And I think that's because we don't have that inner dialogue. I think it's because women have so much of that inner dialogue, and their inner circle is there to formulate with them and kind of calculate, and, you know, these are red flags, you know, give them some time, wait for this. Whereas men, we don't have that, so we're just like, we gotta, and see, it's like, it's a detriment, because you do want to chase. Like, the chase is kind of fun, but you don't want to get friend zoned. It's like, especially with a girl you're interested in, like, if you end up in the friend zone, it's almost like impossible to get out of. I mean, there are ways to get around it, but it's like, you know, your patience, you really have to be patient. And it just trips me out, man. I think women in particular, as a man, it's going to take a lifetime of learning for me, at least. With all women in my life. With family, love interests, all that. Like, and yeah, it's very interesting, though, because we think so differently, but we're also so, like, we're so much the same. Like, it's trippy.
I mean, honestly, to put my 2 cents in on that, because, you know, here on Mindful Ignorance, you know, that's for example, I feel like that's what we all are. You know, we start off ignorant to the world, and then we learn something. You know, they're out of the
Right.
infinite things to learn in this world. Our
Right.
parents, they shuttle us to learn certain things. You know, education, society, how to communicate. You know, different aspects of humanity. But then once you get deeper into that rabbit hole, you realize that you don't know anything again. So
Yeah.
I feel like for me, it's all about progression, and you know, I respect it. I feel no matter what someone's level of capacity is when it comes to their emotional intelligence and their just their intellect when it comes to like book smart knowledge, I agree. I feel you know, we spend our whole life trying to chase that next high. And
Yeah.
I feel it's, as a kid, that high could be candy, or that as a
Right.
kid, that high could be subconsciously, that high could be just a mom saying, good job, son, or good job, daughter, you know?
Right.
And I feel then when we get older, that new high that we're chasing, we're here looking for women and boyfriends and girlfriends to date, you know? And then it's like, okay, so this is the next level, you know, and this
Right.
is what progression looks like. And then from there, it's like, okay, well, now I want a good job, and then, you know, now I want children, and then now it's like, now I want to have a 401k.
Right.
So I feel like, you know, whatever people's capacity is and whatever path that they were brought into to learn,
Right.
I mean, power to everybody. Like, a lot of people, they're confused, and I think that's okay. You know, I think it's
Right.
okay to be confused, but I also agree, you know, I mean, I'm not one to, I always generalize. In my mind, I always generalize.
Right.
I'm working on not generalizing, you know, like women and men, because I feel like, you know, to each their own type of
Yeah.
aspect, but I mean,
Right.
with respect to who we are,
Right.
it's
And see, that's the thing too. It's kind of like it's a catch-22 too, because like me and you, we've talked to so many people, so many walks of life. Like we've been in crowds of like hundreds of people, talk to hundreds of people at a time, and it's so strange because it's like you don't want to generalize because everyone is individual, but I feel like for certain things, like men, we're definitely, we fall into something.
I agree.
Black men especially, because I feel like we definitely are. Like, you ever been to a mall and you see a random black dude walking in the store, you're like, hey, what's up, man? Hey, what's up? Like, and it's just random. It's like, dude, it literally happened today when we went to go get food. We went to go get food earlier, and just a random, you know, black dude. I had a horror movie shirt on. I'm in film, so
Shout out to you.
and yeah, shout out. And man, we just talked, chopped it up about horror movies. It was great. He gave me some recommendations to watch, and he ended up getting my food. So he accidentally took my food because we were talking. And I remember you left because you got your food, and I remember you came back with him because he ended up getting the wrong order. But when I was at the register talking to the girl was like, she was like, oh, he grabbed your order. Can you just call him? And I was like, call who? I was like, oh, the guy you were talking to. I was like, I don't know him.
A little bit weird.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know him. Like, this is just random.
He's your brother. Call him.
Yeah,
Hey, my
no,
brother.
but the way we
I
interacted, it seemed like we knew each other. So it's
I
like,
agree.
like certain things with like our culture and men. It doesn't have to be black or white. It's happened with white, black, Indian.
Mm-hmm.
That generalization of like how we communicate is very similar. We have similar mindsets when it comes to communicating.
I agree.
Like,
I agree.
so I don't want to generalize, but there are some things where I'm like, it's just based off my experience, what I've seen.
And honestly, I mean, in my opinion, to attach myself to what you're saying, because I can reflect myself upon so much, you know, it's like,
Right.
But I feel what you're saying, to me, when it comes to generalization, it's like if we don't allow ourselves to have any kind of starting point period, then it's like we're never going to start, you know.
Right.
It's I feel that with respect, as long as there's a mindful awareness there, just like, you know, here, a mindful ignorance. You know, if there's a mindful awareness there, it's more of, this is our, it's brought up as a form of survival. I feel like we have to generalize populations, and we come up with these theories and these philosophies over people and how we live, solely due to the fact that that's our way of meshing with society. We're starting to learn, like, hey, I want to know how this is, so I'm going to put this preconceived notion in my mind that that person right there, I'm probably going to have a better probability of being able to have a communication or to being able to talk to somebody right here because I see he's wearing the same color as me, so there's a commonality there.
Yeah.
This person has the same shoes that I wear, so maybe we like that. Like, and it's the same when a man's approaching a woman. Like, oh, she's wearing shoes; those are my favorite color. You know, so I feel that's the way that we can survive. Because without that, at the end of the day, I feel like it's either there's progression or there's no foundation to build upon. So I respect it. I think as long as there's a healthy awareness there, you're good. Like, I mean, you know, because
without disrespecting someone's boundaries or messing the pronouns up or who they identify.
Pronouns.
Definitely true.
To everyone out there. To everyone.
This is not a, we're not just a pure like heterosexual. We're heterosexual men, but it's we've talked to multiple forms of life and people, and I mean one of my good friends is transsexual, so like it's, I mean the world we live in now, it's like it's more freedom, but I feel like it is good because expression is now allowed more.
Absolutely.
And I feel like there's a lot of people that are really judgmental, and I'm religious. It's like, so I feel like from a religious standpoint, it's like, you know, we're automatically the ones that are perceived to judge first, where it's like, I've never been the type of person to judge first. I've always seen spirit, I've seen soul. So it's like, you can't really judge someone off of scripture. Yeah, the afterlife, everything that happens after that might have something to do with the word and everything like that, but it's still up for debate. It's still up for, it's unknown because no one knows. We only know by faith and we only go by faith. So it's like, I can't judge someone for how they live their life. I can only go off of how their character, who they are as a person, how they treat other people, how they treat animals, how they treat, their inner circle if they are in my inner circle. So
nice.
Yeah, I feel I think that's where a lot of the pitfalls are happening right now. Is like it's too much judgment, blind judgment, where it's like you haven't shaken someone's hand yet before you've even judged them. It's like shake the man's hand. If I haven't shake a man's hand, like even celebrities, I'm like, I see some of the celebrities. I hear people talk about celebrities sometimes, like, oh, he could be an asshole, or he could be this and that. But it's like I haven't shaken his hand. I can't really give him a criticism or a judgment. I can criticize a film someone's done or something like that, but like to just outwardly judge them as a human being, that's like, it's impossible until you've actually talked to them and taken the time.
I feel like that brings up another humongous point to y'all at home, especially who are focused on what we're talking about. I feel that it helps to allow one to start their life where I feel like, as a child when we're born, we have to follow what everybody tells us to do. It's a survival mechanism, and I feel like when we finally become consciously aware, where we can now, become of a consenting age, where we can now consent to things and say yes to no, make our own free will and free choice. I feel that that's where now we are in a tentative position where we either follow what society's telling us to do via TV, media, celebrities, or we can grow the next level, which is being able to identify that all these people are human beings at the end of the day, like what he was going through right now, And I feel that's something where when you speak like that, it's healthy, and I feel that it allows a person to become human again. Because I know when I was a kid growing up, I idolized, I worshipped like NFL football players. I worshipped, rappers and artists, and then
Prince, Michael Jackson.
Exactly. And then like when it came to women, especially if they're celebrity status, like I already told myself, and I had to cement this belief into my brain, I'm like, I'm bowing down to that woman. Like I would do anything for that girl. I would leave a woman in a heartbeat because it's a celebrity, but it took years, of actual human life experience to be able to see that was just a form of my upbringing that I had to learn to be aware of first before I could be like, okay, I don't have to stay in that mindset anymore. So now, like you said, now we can look at people and say, oh, regardless of what social media and everybody's telling us, whatever, regardless of whatever we're seeing on TV, it's like, when I meet that person, we'll talk. Like when I actually meet this person, because we're basing it off of a biased opinion, and I respect that. I feel like that, like I said, it's where we have to take off somewhere. So our foundation in that entertainment industry, it's more, okay, we see that, let me meet that person for myself, and then let me gauge what my personal opinion is on that person. So, bro, I think that's
I mean,
amazing, man.
I'll say that, like, I was at a a party at a hotel. It was for an award show, and there was a guy there. There was celebrities everywhere. I mean, it was A-list celebrities everywhere. It was like a big event.
Oh yep.
And
involved in that, man.
and I was like, man, this guy had the bad rap in Hollywood. He was just like, but like I was at the bar. I was getting a drink. I was there with my friend. I walked up to the bar. He was next to me, and we kind of like approached at the same time. And I was like, oh, sorry, man, go ahead. He goes, no, brother, go ahead. You're good, go ahead. And I was like, he's very soft-spoken, but the perception of him in the real world is like completely different from that. And it was just like, this is the thing I was talking about. Like, it's like the media, everything's kind of disassociating everyone from what real life is. Because this person, they could trash him in the tabloids, they could say he's this and that, but I mean, I've learned after being in Hollywood for a little while that there's relationships built, and what's written in those pages are based on some of those relationships. So someone could be a piece of junk because of how things are written, or because they made someone mad or something. So, but it was just so strange because he was so soft-spoken, and I was like, as much as I hear about this guy, he was cool. We talked a bit about some of his films that he did. I told him I was a fan of a couple. He was really good, really good in a more recent film that he did from a comic book. And it was just like, I was like, man, this dude is like solid. Like after talking to him, and I was like, man, I would have a drink with him at a bar or something. Like it's not what it was, how he was painted to be. So I can't imagine being a celebrity and everyone putting you on this pedestal and judging every part of your life, when in reality you're just human. Like, it's crazy.
I flow on that because I know for me, there was a point where, I don't know, maybe this is every childhood person's dream, but I wanted to be a celebrity at one point. There was a time where I wanted the glitz and glamour. I wanted the money. I needed that car right there. Let me get 3 of them bad boys. I needed everything. I wanted the earrings, the jewelry. I needed all the women. I needed everything, and I feel that was a point in my life where I did not know why I wanted that. I just knew that I had to have it because it felt right. It felt like this is what it feels like to be accepted. And then I was like, bink, there's a light bulb. Like, I don't feel accepted right now, or I don't feel good enough.
And that's crazy coming from you, because you were like prom king and like popular and like you were already a celebrity. And you know what's crazy? Because they always say like people that are popular in high school, like they kind of fizzle out. But we were popular in high school, and I feel like it's only grown like.
I should have my big old beer gut right now, the big old
beer. Like I should have like 4 baby mamas and like. But no, I feel like you turned out to be a solid dude, like all around. Like we've helped people, we've saved lives, we've seen lives pass. Like we were in healthcare for a while, so like we've seen things. And it didn't go that way for us. Like. We actually turned out to be, I mean, I'm not perfect, but I feel like I'm pretty solid as a human being, as a man. So like I stand on my word, I stand on business, and I'm pretty good at it. So like, but yeah, it just like, I don't know, man, you were like one of those things where it's like, you were popular in school and it kind of didn't go that way. Like you didn't end up fizzling out. It's just like, you kind of just like started shooting up even more. I was like, how the heck does that happen? Because they say people who are popular get tired of being popular, but I think it's just a level of just level-headedness you have to have.
Well, and then I'll say, like, in your regards of how you perceived everything that I was going through, like, I respect that. I'm very, it's a mindfulness of being able to see where people's minds are. And I feel like that's why, as much as I would, my past say, like, no, that's far from true. Like, I know what's happening in my mind. I'm learning how to have a more objective point of view when it comes to seeing what other people believed in, so like someone said, oh, you have a nice smile, but in your mind, like, I don't have a nice smile, I have a horrible smile, but I feel like for me, I know for a fact that I would not be able to function half of the way that I'm functioning right now if it wasn't for a surrounding environment of solid people in my life, like you, for example, and having that ability to receive people. Absolutely, man. Like that's bro, like, that, man. Being able to receive people in my life. But having that ability to just, grow that awareness, it helped to push towards wanting to embrace like a new way of being. Because for me, my way of being was I had to be the top. I had to be this, and that. And I feel like that was the same thing with you. Yeah. This man was. It's still to this day is the most intellectual individual I've ever met. Like this, just when it comes to numbers, when it comes to problem solving, when it comes to disclosures, like those little tiny words on the bottom of pages, and like, here's a Google Doc. It's like, wait. Let me look at the bottom.
You give me a contract.
Go and take a look at that Playboy.
The contract definitely slip by me.
For me, I'm like, click, okay. When it says cell phone update, and then opt in, opt out. I don't know what it is. And he's like, nope.
You still send me contracts.
This man's over here living on Mars right now, and I'm like, what? I'm stuck in Oxnard.
Tell you, man, that's that Asian blood, man.
Asian blood.
That Japanese blood don't let you get away with no kind of slacking.
What is this right here? Okay, nope.
It's like there's math and there's numbers and words. Like the Japanese side is like you must read every word, every number. The black side is, man, throw all this out. Just dance, man.
Exactly. That's why for me, on that note, like I feel living the life of balance between these two potential extremes that we are. Yeah. I feel like I would rather be a person who has that intellectual ability to be patient, to read the fine print so I can be in a good place mentally versus I just threw it away. I rushed through the paper and I was done.
Right.
And now I have people knocking on my door because I just sold my life to somebody type deal,
Right.
So I mean, for me, like, forget the glitz and glamour. For me, I was done. I'm now just, if I can find peace, if I can bring the wonderful aspects of people that came into my life and friends and family all around, like that's where I found my peace. Me seeing someone get, as a kid, like I don't know if you remember that, but like when we were kids, if you saw someone get whipped for crossing the street, I'm like, I'm not crossing the street. I don't want to get hit like that kid. I'm not trying to
see that. There was that, but I was also one laughing, or I was one heckling. Like you getting your ass whooped. Like I was like heckle. Like I had to stop that. It was just like too much.
Yep. See.
Yeah, my mom was definitely. I was definitely that kid with the mom that was sitting in the classroom.
Don't get me wrong. Like I had
classroom for real.
I have my fun little spurt of where I would laugh and go ham until I'm like laughing and my ears pulled like this.
I'm
getting slapped in the back of the head. I'm like, all right, cool. I respect it. I get why I'm not gonna laugh anymore. Because I got abused with respect. Now I got how do we say this in the proper way?
You were functionally
scolded.
You were readjusted.
It wasn't the hammer that hit me.
The wheel fell off and it just had some realignment.
Yeah, they didn't bring the hammer down. They brought the wood down.
I think we're gonna be the last generation that got the butt whoopings. Like millennials were definitely the last butt whooping generation because I don't see no one get their butt whooped no more. Like,
I respect it.
People get police called on them now, and we got legally adjusted. That was the
dude.
Welcome. Pardon, one word.
Oh, yes?
Have you a good digestion?
Oh, wonderful.
Good. Here are some eclairs, cream puffs, some jelly rolls. Do you like nature?
I adore it.
Then go out and eat these in the sunshine. Do not return
But
until you have finished them.
All right, back from a little break there, guys.
Got the tea filled.
All right, still continuing mine. I'm slow right now.
Yeah.
So whiskey's kind of hidden.
Chamomile. The chamomile.
He's on his tea, man. This man is Mr. Sober now. So that's crazy. I don't know how you do that.
Boy, I'm on that natural high.
Yeah, natural high. Okay. Yeah, I feel it. All right, so then we're gonna get into a little bit of a segment section right now. So bro, I'll let you kick it off.
So before we end our show, definitely want to make sure we touch upon some mindful ignorant topics, and one of the topics that we definitely wanted to introduce today is 3 principles that we both live by. I don't know what he's gonna say. He has no idea what I'm going to say, but these are principles that we live by, and we'll explain why we live by these principles, and what we expect to receive from them, and why they came to be. So I'd say let's start with the big play of the day here.
Got you.
So man, what are 3 principles that you live by.
Okay, you want me to go all three just like right away, or
whatever,
just
yeah,
one?
man. I mean, freestyle it, speak it to the world, because that's what I feel like they want to hear spontaneity.
Well, I'm gonna say number one. I'm gonna say keep God first. And this
Ooh.
doesn't have to apply to everybody. I know there's people with varying religions and
you hit it
views.
with that one right there. Okay.
That's gonna be my number one.
He hit that one. Let me sit up right
like that.
Deep like that. Yeah, pop right now, bro.
Well, I feel like because the Lord wants you to feel. All right, now I ain't gonna get into it.
No, don't.
But now keep God first. If you believe there's a creator, if you believe there's a God, I believe you should keep them first. Whatever you believe in, your faith. If you don't have faith, keep yourself first. So yeah, I would say my number one principle is keep God first. That's gonna be right out the gate.
Amen.
Yeah. So I'm gonna let it go one at a time. So
yeah.
Do you want to go three at a time, bro?
I mean, honestly, go ahead. I want to hear you. You're flowing.
Okay, I'm gonna go. All right, I'm gonna go by number two. I'm gonna say communicate. Just every day, try to communicate clearly, precisely, openly, without judgment. Just communicate. Try to communicate. Try to be honest when you communicate. Try to communicate directly, clearly. I feel like that is something that is very lacking, and why so many people are having so many pitfalls and not succeeding or not getting to where they want in life because they just can't communicate it. And if there's something hindering your communication or something that's affecting you in your everyday life that you can't get over, talk to someone, get some help. I've been going to therapy recently. It's been helping. So I think, just try to communicate. And my third one is be intentional. I think whatever you're doing, be intentional, be consistent. We're planning on doing this thing every week. This is kind of like our, it's becoming almost a love language now because this is just something that feels natural. We're not trying to appease anyone but ourselves. We're not doing this for anyone but ourselves. We're doing it for the audience, for you guys to enjoy. This is definitely entertainment, but we're also doing this as like a form of communicating and being intentional about our lives and what we're doing. And we want you to see our growth, and we want to grow with you guys. So I think being intentional is definitely important, especially if you want to succeed or be good or have money or wealth, whatever you want, fame, like you just have to be intentional and be ready for your blessings when they come. When you ask for something, be ready for when it comes. So
amen, man. So that recap, amen, brother. So putting God first above everything.
Yep.
And
communicating clearly.
Yeah. Like those are heavy.
Yeah. It's not easy.
And living it with intent.
Yeah, it's not easy.
This man, y'all, that's power, man. I respect that. All cheers to all.
Cheers. Yeah, appreciate you, bro.
Amen.
Appreciate it.
Amen.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, that's something that, he hit it with the God first. And honestly, so I would say with my three, I'm going to tie one with you because that's to me, before it wasn't there. So my
preach, my brother in Christ. Go ahead and preach.
It wasn't there before. So honestly, so I'll say my three, but the one that I'm going to intertwine with this man here, because I feel like it's something of the presence right now. It's the energy.
Yeah.
Is I definitely am with God above all. I feel that I can spend years talking about what I believe God was before my past to what He is now to what I believe it's what my future is. But I abandoned God for a while. That I was on my journey, and I say I was on a spiritual journey to figure my life out because I was tired of living through what was preached upon me by my elders and by my past people, by people of authority. And it wasn't vibing with me. I felt like, so if I'm not going to be enough in their eyes, let me go off and by myself, and then I'll learn how to be enough for myself, And that's not what happened. I ended up turning and finding God again. But that's a story for another day. So I'll say God above all for me, absolutely.
Okay.
I feel that, God is everything. To be honest, I feel God is everything. Like, we all come from God. We are all of God. Yeah. So I agree with this. So when it comes to my three, so I'll, just to throw those out there, it definitely, the first one would be to be mindful of who you are. So like, no matter what you do in this world, no matter what you do, no matter what situations happen to you, no matter who you run into, no matter what you're feeling, always have an awareness over who you are. So I feel that, they say sticks and stones may break my bones, but words never hurt me type stuff.
Right.
But I feel like if you know who you are, and if you know that you have power in your heart, if you know that you're a person who is enthusiastic and who is full of grace, who has kindness in their heart, and who has love for who they are, then people can say and do whatever they want to do to you. You can still give them love. You can still show them support because you have an over-awareness of understanding that those words that you're giving me, that energy that you're giving me, those attitudes that you're giving me, situations that are happening for me, that's not what I am, so I would say in that first note, like, be mindful of who you are and define who you are. Allow yourself to be defined by who you are. So to me, it's a protection mechanism, but it's also it's God, it's love.
It's power.
So
power, bro.
I would say, on that aspect, definitely, so be mindful of who you are, grow that awareness over yourself. A principle that I also live by every day is try to develop a routine. Like, for me, I, as y'all know, I've said it many times, I have ADHD. I thought that was just my initials, but it's not my initials. It's not my initials. So
you might be dyslexic too if you get that.
Like,
hold on, was it
I have F
A M T E
T L I D. But yeah, so for me, like, with a mindset like mine, for example, and it's awesome that you touched upon that earlier because this is fresh in our minds, but when it comes to learning how to operate and function in life, my inner critic with ADHD, all I does is I'll say, okay, I have this power that I want to accomplish today, or I have something wonderful that I want to do, but then all of a sudden my brain's like, oh, you forgot to do that step though. And then instead of me saying, oh, it's okay, pick yourself up, you can do it, I'll just automatically go to criticism and judgment and rejection and how horrible I feel about myself, and that goes back to my first point, which is be mindful of yourself. But I would say set up a routine, because I feel like with a routine, it allows you to, like, say, for example, you wake up every day, brush your teeth first thing in the morning. You wake up every day, get on your knees and pray to God. You wake up every day, make your bed. Some kind of routine that makes you feel like, okay, I'm a human. Because I'm all for living as if we have a foundation in life. Because if you don't have a foundation to live off of, then it's kind of almost meaningless to live your life without a foundation, without purpose, So I would say establish a routine. So be mindful of yourself, establish a routine. And the last one I would say is just speak positivity to the world. I don't like the word positive on the aspect of, like, in a toxic way. I like that word positive as speak healthy. Like, be healthy when you speak. If you just speak positive words. Because I'm learning, and I had a close friend in my life who was showing me that cursing is, like, I get it, I've been reading the Bible a lot, and I feel like cursing, it's a way to speak, like, oh, F this, and that. But when it comes to the dictionary, there's so many beautiful words out there that you can use that can take the place of just, like, I'll F this, today's a bad day, to help this person. Like, it's more of a learning how to speak different languages and learning how to speak in a healthier way. You know, so I feel like if you can bring all those,
I think that might be our traumas too, because we got popped in the mouth when we could.
No, I agree.
Grandmas were not playing with that.
Like, I feel like because you are who you're brought up by. You know, so if you're brought up by, like, hardcore thugs and also Baptist, people, like, you're gonna speak. It's only common. It's logic that you're going to speak like these people. So I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that at all. All I'm saying is grow that mindfulness to understand. Maybe instead of cursing you out today, I'm gonna say I'll pray for you.
And I feel like language is, there's like a texture to language. Like someone could say dumb in one way, and someone else could say you dummy. Like it just like it'll hit different. You're like, oh, I want to fight you, but someone else could call you dumb. Like a little mousy could call you dummy. It's like, oh, okay, cool. But you get somebody like, hey, dummy, or hey, boy. It's like, boy, we hear boy. It's like, hold on now. Like
I agree.
You got a little bit too much oil in that boy.
There's too much bass in your voice.
Yeah, you can't be saying. I feel like there's a texture to it. So if you are cursing and it comes out harsh, it's like it's gonna come out harsh. It's gonna be like you could say damn, and like when they say damn or like come out a certain way,
Dude,
like
and
stop
I was
cussing.
raised in that, this was a Catholic type of household, but I'll say it was close to Southern Baptist, where it's like, if you say one bad word, it doesn't matter if you say shoot or if you say stupid or
hell's in the Bible.
Bro, I got soap in my mouth for saying dang it, or like I just dang it, soap bar in the mouth, so with respect, I love soap, but
But it ended up helping in the corporate world, because in the corporate,
me.
when you're in corporate, it's like you can't really. There's a whole that texture of language and stuff comes in handy, because then you learn how to communicate things clearer.
Amen.
Because the people in your corporate, you can't just be over here, damn it, hell boy. Like
I agree.
Definitely not.
And
they're
honestly,
not gonna have that. So.
I feel like that's why there is so much that we could touch upon, but what you're saying is it makes sense. The true essence of it is, I feel that a lot of the world, they're not exposed to what that term communication is. That's why I think it's powerful that you said that, because no one really understands that. People just hear communication and they're like, oh, so is that like a degree in college?
It's not easy.
Like I am communicating. I'm looking at you. I'm talking. So it's deep. Communication goes far. So
it is it's hard to communicate clearly. It is almost like giving you a step. You have to give people step-by-step instructions almost.
Amen.
Like even speaking in subtext, or like having like a subtext when you're in your language is hard, because it's like you can say, oh, the sky is so gray today, and it's like, are you sad? Like that communication is like, there's subtext there. Why can't you just say I'm sad? Like, but that's not a form of communication that a lot of people, because it's confrontational. You don't want to confront anyone or be. But I found that, I don't know, for me, for my style of speaking, I feel like being direct works more, because it's also the texture of language. I'm not gonna come at someone with an aggressive manner or yell at them or all the times we've been managers, it's like we've never yelled at anyone, we've never belittled anyone. It's like there's a texture to communication, I think, and it's not easy to do.
Amen.
I think politicians probably do it the best, but I think they use it in
I feel like because there's a level, I feel for someone who develops that capacity to learn how to engage in a certain way. It's like, I promised you to the people, I will take care of you all.
It's like putting a chameleon, like you're putting a mask on a little bit.
Disguise versus, I think for you to attach to that, just to add on to yours, brother, is more of just, that term accountability, just being accountable versus just kind of generalizing, like, we are going to do this.
Right.
What's we?
You, brother. We, I don't know what the we is.
You're going to throw me into there like,
I don't know that we
let's not go. You go.
Rewind it. Wait, we wind.
We going home. Like, we talking about.
So,
I mean, I respect it.
It is not easy, man.
It's an art form, honestly. At the end of the day, it's an art form. Because on that same note, I feel like communication is also where people can make eye contact, and people can sit there and look at each other, and they're communicating with body language. I feel, but it's a matter of bringing it all together. So
I don't want to make this a sex thing. I don't want to generalize again, but women, their language is different. I'm sorry, women. I love you. I'm a feminist. I'm about pushing women forward. I believe it. But man, learning a woman's communication style as a man is very, I would say, daunting at times. Like, I might get in trouble for this, but it is very tough. And I'm sorry to all the women in my life, like family and friends, because sometimes they look at me like I'm an idiot. Like, you're such a caveman, you're so dumb. Like, I'm sorry, I just don't understand, like, where there's a lot of subtext there too. It's like I'm trying to do my best to formulate it and to, like,
I respect
it. That's gonna be a lifetime.
Hairs in the back of my neck.
That's gonna be like, I've talked to men that's been 70 years old, 80 years old, that married, and they still don't understand how their wife communicates. Their wife that they've been together with like 40 or 50 years, they're still learning to communicate. I'm like, man, this is gonna be a lifelong thing. But it's fun. It's fun. Like, we can't live with women without women. We can't live. Men can't live without women. Women can't live without men. I truly believe that. I feel like we need each other. Like, we all need each other, and it doesn't have to be a man-woman thing, but humans need each other. So I find it's an enjoyable experience. Sometimes it's a little frustrating, but it is still like I can still at the end of the day have a laugh about it, or we can talk after and have a laugh about it. So, but yeah, it's gonna be a lifelong. It's gonna be a lifelong thing.
So honestly, I'd say on that note, this is where we are. We're all about that development here on Mindful Ignorance. Yeah. And this is it's love. It's love. It's a show on love, peace. It's a show of comedy. It's a show of the terror. It's just a show, but
we got stories for
that's what we do, man. This is what we do. Yeah. And I look forward to developing more with my brother here on this show. Yes, so cheers to you again, man.
Yeah, man. One more time for the rule.
There you go. And to y'all at home, we are getting ready to enter to this next
little segment here. Yeah. All right, back from a break. We're gonna get into our little ignorant flow right now. It's a little game, we play. We just do these 3 random questions. Today it's 3 random questions. It'll be different, but we'll split the games up. We do rock paper scissors sometimes. We'll do some different kind of game to figure out who goes first. We might shoot some dice one day. No, I'm playing. We ain't gonna shoot dice. Maybe play some spades. All right, no, we ain't gonna do that either. All right, so right now we're just gonna do. So with the flow, we're gonna keep it honest, right? We've been talking about communication, honesty. So we're gonna pick a number between 1 through 100. You have a number in your head, I have a number in my head. I'll guess what number you're thinking, you guess what number I'm thinking. Whoever's closest will go first.
Okay.
All right, so we're gonna start right now. All right, bro, 1 through 100. I'll put a number in my head right now.
I got a number in my head.
All right, cool. I'll go first. I'm gonna say 73.
Ooh.
Okay, all right, don't react. All right,
very close.
All right, so what number am I thinking of right now?
81.
Damn, that is pretty close. Okay. All right, so my number was 69. 69 God.
My number was 74.
Woo! That's that telepathy right there. You see that? You see it in America? That's telepathy, baby. Okay, so. Yeah, I reached in his head and just pulled out the number. All right, so, okay, so I'll go first. So, random question, right? So this is just pretty much like random questions that we want answers to. And we're gonna end up asking AI because we're in a world of tech right now, so it's gonna be AI led. So, all right, so question I want to know.
And we don't know the answer to these questions, so we're asking them off the dome. And this is where it shows my ignorance is.
So I'm gonna keep this with the flow. What's the biggest lie that's ever been told in America?
Ooh.
I know that's a deep layered question, but I want to see what AI says. AI says.
So, if you were to say that, what would you respond? What do you?
The biggest lie in America? Man, I think one of the biggest lies that's been told in America. Now this has so many layers, but biggest lie I want to say is a possible election results. I won't say what election, when it was, but there might have been something that was lied about in a certain election.
Okay.
And it could be the newest one, the old one. But I think it'll have something to do with an election.
So I would say it's probably in regards to lie to like a group of people. It's definitely going to be, I'm saying like a group of people, like America.
Yeah.
So I would say it'd definitely be like in politicians that I would say it's something political.
Right.
It's going to be on the political forefront. And I think it's something that I'm thinking of a specific incident. Because this right here, what you asked for, it's loaded.
Like, I know there's a lot of,
because it goes into conspiracy. Like
that's what I'm interested to see what AI says.
I have a friend who loves this term. It's called loyal to the foil.
So, tinfoil hat boy.
So
my mama got tinfoil hat.
I will say, if you're saying lie, I would say scandal.
Okay.
So it would probably be the JFK shooting. Maybe
that was one of the ones that popped up.
Or something JFK shooting, or something like kind of what you're talking about. But it's maybe like the Watergate scandal or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But, okay.
I think Watergate. That's a good one. Watergate might be one.
Okay. So is that what your final answer is?
Let's see what AI says.
That's the AI machine. What is the biggest lie in America? And we have. So they have the website that has top 10.
Okay.
Let's get to it real quick. So it says the number one lie in all of America is once you can afford to buy your dreams, then you'll feel good.
Ooh, ooh, oh, that hurts.
Wow.
That really hurts. Wow. That's a viral moment, I think, if I've ever.
Wow,
that is scary.
So the one right before the
Wow.
one, so the top, so that was the top one.
Right.
So I think that was about the American dream.
Wow.
The second one is tax the rich will fix everything.
Okay.
So
A bit controversial. That's
yeah. I mean, man.
Wow, that's
brother,
heavy.
You over here talking about God today?
That's
you know,
heavy.
with some scandals in the news.
That one was heavy.
We about to get blacked out on this show right now.
Yeah, wait. Sponsors, please. That's AI. Don't blame us. That's a computer.
Take them out.
Yeah. Get them right now. Go get them right now. Go get wrap the camera. Put them cameras in the box.
Man.
Wow. Okay. Well, yeah. So what's your Whoa, I'm speechless right now. I can't even.
Dude.
I think that's gonna take 2 questions for me because boy, I need to marinate on that one.
Serious.
So oh yeah, do you go next or you want me to go second question?
No, that's the second question, man.
Shoot, second question. Who created the tax system?
Who created the
Tax system, yeah. I think I know. I see it now. It might be cheating, but I want to know what AI says about this. Because I think it started with Caesar. I think Caesar was the one that started taxes. He ended up taxing, was it the Romans, I guess? And then that's how the tax system was built. Because they said that it was built based off Caesar. But I'm interested to know like what AI says.
Yeah. Well, honestly, I would say taxes started around that same time frame. So I mean, I would say around the Caesar time frame.
Yeah.
So let's see. To the AI machine. Who created taxes? So, ancient Egypt, 5,000 years ago.
Ancient Egypt created taxes?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I would have never guessed that.
5,000 years ago, ancient Egypt created taxes.
Wow. Crazy.
So that was way before Caesar.
And then no particular person that started it. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Man, that American Dream one still kind of messed me up. I'm still like, I'm still jacked up.
I feel like
it just crushed dreams right now. I'm like looking at my bank account like, what, you sure? Like, I'm all right right now. Like, I'm cool, but you happy?
I'm about to go home.
Okay. This is brought up from earlier. My other question is love logical? We had a friend that recently brought, can love be explained?
That's a yes or no type of question, huh?
Can love be explained? Or can love be quantified? I would say. Is it a quantifiable thing?
So for the folks at home who are like me, simple-minded, how would you break that down? Like, how would you break that question down to them?
Because I was reading somewhere, and I think it might have been Neil deGrasse, where he was saying like, love isn't quantifiable or something. It's one thing that the humans have that kind of can't be explained or it can't be quantified. Like you can't put a number to it. Like I can't love somebody 100%. I can't love somebody 20%. I can't love. Is that a determining factor in separating humanity from everything else? Like everything else can be explained within us except one of those. I mean, obviously God can't be explained or is still not understood. But like, is love one of those things that can't really be understood or calculated? So.
Okay, so what do you think?
I don't think it is. I think it's just something that we've built and created, and it's impossible to put a number to it.
So you feel that love cannot be measured? And
I don't think it's in us. I think we have dopamine, we have endorphins, we have all these things but there's not like a love gene or a love like bone or like I think it's just something that is part of the soul maybe. Or I don't think it's actually a physical thing.
So then I would say to address that on a more significant level, what do you believe love is? So that way we can ask that question, because like I want to ask the AI this, but I want to say before it gives us something, like what do you feel love is? Like, do you believe in the definition of love?
Yeah, I believe in love. Yeah,
definition of love.
But I believe it's something that can be explained. That's why I don't think it can.
So would you say is it a feeling? Like what do you?
Yeah, I think it's a feeling, but it's not even on the. I don't even know if it's on the chart of our emotions or our feelings. I don't think it's like anger. Like I don't know. I haven't seen Inside Out 2, but like. I know. I don't know if love was one of the emotions. Yeah, like,
let me watch some Inside Out real quick.
Hey man, Disney movies. There's some science in some of the Disney movies. I'm just gonna say that right now. So yeah, so I don't know if that was like, but yeah, so I don't know that. I think it's just it can't be explained. I don't know. Maybe it can.
Say, man, where'd you learn the definition from? Lion King.
Right. Yeah. The amount of stuff I learned from Aladdin. Boy.
You know what? So okay, if you're asking that question, is love quantifiable? Is love?
I think if you ask AI that, it'll give you an answer. I think it'll give you something
so
like.
I would probably be around in my own subjective point of view. I would say you cannot measure love,
right?
But I do believe in love.
Yeah.
So let me see what the AI system would say about this. This is unique. Is love quantifiable? Ooh. Okay, so it's giving me a mixture of answers.
Okay.
But from a stated website,
stumped AI.
It's saying love can be measured.
Wow. Based on what is it?
And they left it to neuroscience from Stanford University.
Okay.
So
smart kids.
So just to answer the top of that question, yes, love can be measured. But yeah, there's a long article here, so I definitely I'll review that, and I think we can.
Yeah, we'll dig deeper.
I think that's something that we should definitely hold for the next episode, because that is mind blowing. Man, you got deep today, man. We get so deep.
I'm gonna need some more. Let's take a breath. We'll get a little more drink, and then we're gonna get deeper on this.
Cheers,
we'll be right back.
Cheers.
We'll be right back.
Listen, I love someone.
Yes?
Someone who does not know.
Yes.
Someone who loves me too, but is afraid of me and keeps away and never says one word.
Yes.
Give me back your hand. Why, how hot it is. Yes, he loves me, I am sure of it.
Yes.
And he is a soldier too, in your own regiment, your company.
Yes?
And such a man. He is proud, noble, young, brave, beautiful.
Beautiful.
What's the matter?
Nothing. This, my hand.
Back for the real deal right here. Cheers.
Welcome.
On the second shot of whiskey, it's only 2 shots. I'm good. We're not driving tonight, so we're good. All right, brother.
All right, man. So
go ahead. Sorry, I went a little deep. We're gonna get 3 more questions out of
this man is deep.
Yeah,
this man chose to be deep today, and I respect it. I mean, it's a good balance here on this show. I was about to get my old school days came out. I was like, it's a good balance here on whiskey and wine. But so to go to to finish off with our last segment, as we do with our questions, we ask our questions, and we don't know the answers to these questions. It's called the ignorant flow. Yeah. We ask 3 questions. He asked his 3. Feel free to scroll back in the video to remember those questions.
And leave a comment if you guys have, because I'm blown away by
I definitely would love to hear what you guys have to say about this. That was crazy.
That's an ego death a little bit.
A little bit, huh?
A little bit of ego death.
Player.
Sheesh.
So, I mean, for me, I'm going to keep it on a lighter note. We're going to have some fun with my questions, you know? So,
keep it real flair.
We don't know the answers to these questions, folks. So, we're asking questions, and these are coming off the top. Yeah. And then we ask AI to kind of confirm what we know, what we don't know. So, question that I will ask.
Right.
How many dildos were made in the year of 2023?
Oh, man. How many dildos were made in the year 2023?
Talk about a palate cleanser.
Yeah, you want to talk about a super palate cleanser. Man, 2023 was a freaky year, too. freaky ass year in 2023, boy. It was been freaky deep. 2023 was a freaky ass year. Yeah, nigga is 69 God. Hey, run for your life. Yeah, I would say. I'd say like a million. A million dildos.
A million dildos. Okay.
Yeah, we didn't get viral before. We definitely going viral now.
I would say.
Yeah, I think about a million.
I would say about 10 million dildos.
Damn, 10 million?
Yes.
The thirst, is that real?
I would say. So let's see. I don't know
Man,
how
the population is like 100 million. That means that
let's see what AI has to say.
Oh man, I'm afraid to see what AI has to say about this.
How many dildos were made in 2023? Let's see if there's an answer for this.
It's like 500 million. Like what?
Okay, so it's giving me, it's one of those questions where AI can't really function it. So it's giving me the amount.
It's a little stiff.
So it's saying that between 2023 and 2023, $9.9 billion worth of dildos were sold.
So how does that mean as far as $9.9 billion? Yeah, how much them roses cost? It was like $200 or something? That's
well, actually, I'm
crazy.
sorry. This one, it says dildos and sex toys.
Oh,
so,
sex toys, okay.
So sex toys.
Damn, that's still a lot though. That means those little rubber vaginas and all that. That's crazy.
So I had to ask something redonkulous like.
Wait, 9.9 billion? That's probably more money than spent on dates. So people just at home playing with themselves. That's crazy. 9.9 billion?
Yeah, I mean, you answered. I think you answered your
own
own question.
Everybody ain't no dating no more than that means if you a couple and you
they're
single.
still dating. It's just you dating at
and
home.
Who's buying all these sex? So I don't go to no store to buy no sex. Is it men?
Me. I'm asking the question.
Do
Just
men
change
buy
the palette up, man.
What sex toys they got for men?
I think they do.
What do they got for men?
I think men do buy those.
I just see those rubber vaginas like the. I don't know.
I believe that men do.
I don't even. You know what? I believe.
You know
in
what?
America. That's just America or worldwide?
That was GDP. That was America. But it says, I think that was US.
What? 9.9 billion?
Yes, US sex toys market.
In the US?
US sex toys market.
Maybe we're shipping to other countries. You know how like China makes t-shirts? Maybe
we're shipping to other countries?
Maybe we make the best dildos here in America.
So it's like we make dildos.
We make the best dildos. It's like you order the shoes and the tennis shoes and the shirts from China. Like they get our sex toys.
Our dildos are made in the USA.
Yeah, man, because in Japan, you got the robotic stuff. It probably doesn't feel as good. So, like, America, they probably get the American, like, the authentic American. Like,
I don't know. Maybe, correct me if I'm wrong at home. Maybe you guys know
the
about
big black booty with the plastic. Maybe the Asians,
are there shops that make dildos in the United States?
In Japan, they're like, oh, this feels like real butt.
I don't know.
Big black booty or something.
I have no idea how many dildos are really nice.
That's crazy.
Like, have you ever met a friend who's like, hey, man, what you do? Bro, I work at the sex shop, man. We make dildos in the manufacturer. Like, bro, I've never. I think that's a Chinese thing. So this is saying U.S. So I feel what it's saying is maybe the U.S. we buy our products from China and then we slang them from our storefronts in America.
What the who? Bro, there's only what 100 million, 300 million people.
You told me yourself. You said 2023 was a freaky year.
That's too freaky though. Hey, we need to figure out who's buying all these sex toys. I need to know. I need some information.
Ooh, that's the question.
Maybe they're throwing them away or something.
I can ask that question. I mean,
is it like vape pens where you just like use it up and then throw it away? Like,
I don't know. You're asking me, brother. I don't know.
It's out of batteries. Just toss it.
I think you just recharge it. I don't know.
Man, can you imagine just trying to resell something on eBay where it's like not partially used?
You know, honestly, I will say that this is definitely. This is a pinpoint into. I think all we need to hear is there's money.
That's crazy, man. We need to start making sex toys, and I don't know what the 9.9 billion. That's crazy.
So this is our last episode.
That's
and the next episode is
the next episode.
Sex
we're gonna be selling. We're gonna be selling mindful, ignorant dildos coming to a store near you.
So this model right here.
Yeah, this model.
This is the silver model.
It don't vibrate. It just kind of lays there and asks you a bunch of questions.
So smacking on your head right there. Just
starts out limp and then it's just like, I don't know. This usually doesn't happen like this.
This one you just talk to it and then it goes down. You know, you just speak. 9.9 billion.
That's crazy, bro. That's a lot of people touching themselves. You guys need God. You need to get outside.
I don't know.
You need to get outside.
I do not judge. I choose not to judge.
I'm judging right. Look at. I'm judging right now. 9.9. Go outside and get the real thing, please. And if the real thing ain't doing, man, maybe that's what
like people use
but
the
that's
real thing.
man. That means men.
They use the real
that
thing.
means men are failing then, because they don't have. I mean, they have sex toys for men. But it's like, bro, if you know somebody with a rubber vagina, or what do they call the damn the blow up dolls or whatever?
A pallet.
You don't look at him the same. You don't look at that dude like, yeah, you my hero.
My
like,
question was a palette change. I don't know what this
So either way, men are failing, because then women are buying more dildos, and then the weird men are buying the fake stuff. So you can't look at.
I don't know.
Men are failing, bro.
Dildos,
That's what that says. That's what AI just told us right now.
I just want to know how many.
We ain't putting it down. Men, start eating pineapple, eat beets. Like, you need to start handling your business in the bedroom. Like, we cannot be giving these women these weak. All right, never mind. You know what? I ain't even gonna get into it. Can't stop the porno. That's probably why. See, it just came full circle. Porno. Now, if you probably did the analytics with porno, it probably goes hand in hand, because they're buying the pornos are buying the sex toys, so they're buying them all up and then reselling it. I don't know.
I mean, I respect it. My interest wasn't that heavy. I just want to ask the question.
I still have hope in humanity.
Just
man,
to cleanse the
man,
energy.
if you gotta take Viagra, do it. Whatever you gotta do to break it back, do it. We cannot lose these machines, man.
I don't know about that one, man.
Damn.
I don't know about that. You know that
pineapple juice, water, and beet juice, man. Keep it strong, brother. Keep it strong. All right, let's go to the next
question. Let's say okay.
I'm already over it.
I'll ask another question. This question, just to cleanse that. Now we gotta cleanse another palate.
I need a super cleanse now.
So I guess let me ask, what is the oldest monument in all of America, or in American history? What's the oldest monument?
Shoot, in America?
Yeah.
Let me think about this. It can't be Mount Rushmore. I don't think Mount Rushmore is I said Statue of Liberty.
Statue of Liberty?
I mean, granted, it probably isn't, but yeah.
Okay, so I'll ask, what the oldest monument in American history is. Okay.
I think it's Statue of Liberty.
What is the oldest monument in America? AI says the United States has many old monuments, including military monuments, archaeological sites, and public buildings. As of now, the oldest monument is the Tripoli Monument, a military monument that honors U.S. Navy heroes.
Okay.
And it was built between 1801 and 1805.
Okay.
But there's a Cactus Hill archaeological site that dates back 20,000 years.
Okay.
And then they have one more. It says the Palace of the Governors, a building that was in Santa Fe, New Mexico, built in 1610.
Okay. All right. I don't know though, because there was a spot in Arizona I went to, these caves that were like predated to like the 1700s. That was pretty old.
Well, to me, I would say those are more. Those aren't American. I would say that's like our Earth. That's Earth.
Right.
So I was talking of like since America became a country.
Yeah.
And they built. So what you said, like I would dedicated, like like Statue of Liberty.
Yeah. Okay.
Or the first dildo.
Interesting. Which is, man, I can't imagine. They probably went through so much product testing for the first one. It was probably made of wood, probably had splinters, and it was like, we can't give it to the women. It keeps it's too sharp, it's got splinters. Maybe if we smoothen the wood out.
You know, all I can think of is statistical type of questions right now. For some reason,
that's crazy.
That's the only thing that can clear my mind. But then I'm still tripping off of the American Dream thing too.
Yeah, that's gonna stick with me. I'm gonna have
American Dream.
That's crazy.
So I would say my final question, just to kind of top it off, what is the top grossing movie in the history of time?
Oh, that's gonna be recent. It's gonna be Avatar. It's gonna be the second. I think the second Avatar. If it's not, it's one of the. It's the first or the second. I think.
Okay. First or the second Avatar?
Yeah, I think.
Okay.
Modern time, yeah. I think in modern time is.
So, I would say, because I did try to look this up a long time ago, and I think I saw something about Titanic.
Titanic was number one.
Or Gone with the Wind, even.
But I think Avatar beat it. I think it just recently beat it.
Okay, let's see. All right, let's ask. What is the top grossing movie in the history of time? It's Avatar.
Yeah.
Number 1 is Avatar.
Yeah.
So the highest grossing movie is Avatar.
It was like $3 billion or something.
$2.9 billion.
Good. I'm so.
So we'll do top 3. Avatar is number 1 at 2.9. Came out in 2009.
Yeah, probably Titanic.
And this is 2024. So what's the year difference? 2009. That's when it was made.
Yeah, 15
Sheesh.
years. So it'll probably be maybe Avengers or Titanic at number 2.
So number 2 is Avengers Endgame.
Yeah.
And that was made in 2019.
You can't be asking me film questions.
2019.
It's gonna be ugly.
So number 3,
Titanic.
Avatar.
Oh, so Avatar 1 beat
The Way
Titanic.
of Water.
Yeah, okay. The Avatar 2, the second one.
So
that
Avatar
would end up
2,
beating. Yeah,
2.3 billion.
Yeah,
And on number 4,
that's Titanic.
that is Titanic.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah. Trippy.
Wow.
Trippy. I knew that Avengers one was gonna hit though. The Avengers Endgame when that first came out, man, I want to watch that again. That one right there. Thanos was pulling up on everybody. No phone call, no text message.
Yeah, I feel like
just, hey,
you know,
give me that ring. Give me that ring.
Movie, I feel like the reason why that movie grossed was not only because of the reach of technology, but I feel that movie addressed a lot of trauma. Like it's like, you know, a lot of people,
survivor's guilt.
Like people aren't used
survivor's
to
remorse.
seeing things like that. Like people aren't used to seeing the end. You know, people they go to the movies to see something joyful, or to see like an ending that they can work with. So I feel like Endgame killed it with them being able to kind of leave you hanging like that, you know. And I feel like that was a psychological genius. Like it was just so I don't know. That movie messed me up. I was mad.
Especially Hawkeye, how he lost his family. Man, that was cold blooded.
Man, like, you know, we had our own ways of watching things. So no, that movie. But I watched it, and I had to watch it like 3 times. Like, so,
it's crazy,
dude. So,
but yeah, man, leave it in the comments if you guys got any questions you want to ask. Like and subscribe. We got more content we're gonna try to drop every week. Still picking out a date. But yeah, man. Appreciate you guys. It's Tonio signing off. Stay blessed.
Boy, Prince Sua, stay blessed.
Yes, sir.
Be mindful.
You have never spoken?
Only with our eyes.
Well, then how do you know?
Well, people talk about people, and I hear things, and I know.
You say he is in the guards. His name?
Baron Christian de Neuvillette.
Genevieve. He is not in the guards.
Yes, since last week. He has only lately come to Paris from Normandy.
So soon. So soon we lose our hearts. But
Monsieur de Bergerac, I have eaten all the cake.
good. Now go out and enjoy nature.